Hello guys, today I am going to discuss with you sampling theory. So before proceeding with sampling theory, we should know why we are using digital communication, because it provides highly noise-free environment, hence directly used. Now the process to convert continuous signal into digital signal. First of all, the continuous signal is which is continuous in time as well as in amplitude. So first we will discretize the timing. So discretizing of timing is known as sampling or sampled signal. Then further it is quantized, in which the amplitude is discretized. Later we convert the converted signal of discretized time and discretized amplitude into a coding, and then we get a digital signal. So this is a diagram which shows the conversion of continuous time signal into discretized time signal. So continuous time signal is denoted as a function of xt, and discretized signal is at the particular sample. So x and ts, where ts is a particular sampled signal which is taken at a particular interval. So we are taking sampled at 1, 2, 3 and 4, and here n is 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we proceed to the sampling theorem. Now sampling of the signal is a fundamental operation in signal processing. A continuous time signal is first converted to discrete time signal by sampling process. The sufficient number of samples of signal must be taken so that the original signal is represented in its samples completely. Also, it should be possible to recover or reconstruct the original signal completely from its samples. The number of samples to be taken depends on maximum signal frequency present in the signal. Sampling theorem gives the complete idea about the sampling of signals. Different types of samples are also taken, like ideal samples, natural samples and flat top samples. Let us discuss the sampling theorem first, and then we shall discuss further processes. The statement of sampling theorem can be given as a continuous time signal may be completely represented in the samples and the recovered back if the sampling frequency is fs greater than equals to twice of fm. Here fs is a sampling frequency and fm is a maximum frequency present in the signal. So a continuous signal band limited to fm hertz can be converted to sample signal equivalent without any information loss, provided fs is greater than equals to twice of fm samples per second, or 1 by ts is greater than equals to twice of fm, or ts is less than equals to 1 by twice of fm second. If, for example, if fm equals to 1 kilohertz, then fs sampling frequency is greater than equals to 2000 samples per second, or sampling time is less than equals to 0.5 millisecond. Note: a continuous signal perfectly reconstructed from its sampled equivalent provided fs is greater than equals to twice of fm samples per second, or ts less than equals to 1 by twice of fm second. Depending on sampling rate, sampling is divided as undersampling, critical sampling and oversampling. Undersampling, in which causes aliasing effect. And now what is undersampling? fs is fs less than twice of fm. The critical sampling or ideal sampling, fs equals to twice of fm, and oversampling, that is practical case, is fs greater than twice of fm. Now we move to the proof of sampling theorem. As we know, a summation n equals to minus infinite to infinite del t minus n ts. Its Fourier transform is fs summation n equals to minus infinite to infinite del f minus n fs. So these are some Fourier transform formulas of xt multiplication with del t. xt multiplication with del t is x0 del t, xt dot del t equals to infinite at t equals to 0 and 0 at t not equals to 0. When xt multiplied with the del t minus t naught, then our output is xt naught del t minus t naught. Now our impulse train is summation n equals to minus infinite to infinite del t minus n ts equals to, if we elaborate this by opening the summation sign, then we will get formula as jotted in slide. So this is our continuous signal and its Fourier transform. A continuous time signal xt is given and its spectrum of continuous time signal is given xf. Now the impulse train as sampling function with ts sampling period and its Fourier transform is given. Now the sampled signal is multiplied with the our impulse train is multiplied with the our input signal. Now we get the spectrum of the sampled signal. Now xst equals to xt summation n equals to minus infinite to infinite del t minus nts, where xsf equals to fs summation n equals to minus infinite to infinite xf minus nfs. It is normally find out by using the convolution between the signal in time domain. Now our xst is passed through low pass filter, which is reconstruction filter. It produces the output xsf hf equals to xf. So we finally get our output signal, which is same as it is message signal. There are the three cases of sampling. Fs is greater than twice of fm, which is oversampling as shown in diagram. Here the gap between the first signal and the second replica of the same signal after particular interval of time. The gap between the two signals is called the guard band or the gap offered, and where in diagram we can see fs is greater than twice of fm. Now we come to the second case where fs equals to twice of fm, which is a critical sampling. Ts equals to 1 by twice of fm. So here sampling frequency is exactly equals to twice of fm, so there is a no guard band in this, and this is a practical low pass filter. Since practical low pass filter is available, so output obtained is as shown in the above figure. Hence critical sampling is preferred for ideal sampling. Now we move to the case third, which is also where fs is less than twice of fm. This is an undersampling case which causes aliasing, in which the signal replica copies are overlapping with each other and there is a no guard band, and in this twice of fm is less than fs, so it covers the consecutive sidebands also. So ts is greater than 1 by twice of fm. Using ideal low pass filter, we cannot obtain the original message signal and undesired frequencies are obtained, hence not preferred. Hence minimum sampling rate and maximum sampling interval to be maintained to avoid aliasing are called as Nyquist rate and Nyquist interval respectively. So Nyquist rate equals to fs equals to twice of fm hertz, and Nyquist interval is ts equals to 1 by 2 fm second. Thank you.